Welcome back, friends. If you've ever laid awake at night, wondering why your mind feels foggy the next morning or why names, keys, and simple thoughts slip away more often than they used to, this episode is for you. Tonight, we're diving into something rarely talked about, yet absolutely essential. How the small things we do before bed, especially after 60, can either protect or quietly drain our brain. And to guide us through this, we're joined by someone who truly embodies both wisdom and longevity. Dr. Shigeyuki Hinohara, yes, Japan's oldest practicing physician, is over 100 years old, still sharp as ever, and a living reminder that aging doesn't have to mean decline. In Japan, he's more than a doctor, he's a cultural treasure. He's here to share a nightly practice, simple, calming, almost forgotten in the West, that could help you preserve your mental clarity and emotional balance for years to come. So let me ask you, what if the key to staying sharp wasn't a new supplement or a brain training app, but a quiet ritual? Done every evening, that tells your brain, you're safe. It's time to heal. Stick with us. What you'll hear in the next few minutes could change the way you sleep and think for the rest of your life. Here's something most people don't realize: your brain doesn't sleep when you do. In fact, while your body lies still and your muscles relax, your brain starts its hardest shift of the day. It's sorting through everything you experienced, filing memories, tossing the unnecessary, and scrubbing out toxins that built up while you were awake. It's repairing neural pathways, resetting mood chemicals, and setting the stage for how well you'll think and feel tomorrow. But here's the catch: none of that happens well without preparation. Think of it like this: your brain is a night janitor. But if you don't leave the right tools out before you clock out, no energy, no signal that it's safe to get to work, then guess what? The brain skips deep cleanup. It goes into just survive mode. That means light sleep, scattered thoughts, and waking up feeling more drained than restored. Have you ever woken up after 8 hours but still felt foggy? That's not age, that's your brain missing the environment it needed to heal. And it's not about doing more, it's about doing smarter. Just like a gardener preps the soil before planting, you need to prep your brain before sleep. So let me ask you, what are you really giving your brain before bed? Silence, calm, and steady fuel or stress? Screens, and emptiness? In a few minutes, I'll show you a simple ritual that can change everything. Let me ask you something honest. When was the last time you thought about feeding your brain before bed? Not just your stomach, your mind. Most people don't know this, but after the age of 60, your brain becomes more sensitive to what you give, or don't give, it at night. And when you go to bed on an empty stomach, thinking you're being healthy, especially following those weight loss trends, you're not helping your brain. You're starving it. I had a patient once, Mr. Yamamoto, 74 years old, former school principal, sharp, disciplined, but lately he started forgetting names, misplacing things, walking into rooms and asking, "Why am I here?" Classic signs of mental fatigue, not dementia, just a tired brain. Turns out, he had been cutting out all food after 6 p.m., trying to follow Western advice. But what he didn't realize was that his brain was entering an 8-hour fast, without any support. No protein, no calming nutrients, just sleep and stress. I suggested something small: a warm cup of tofu broth, gentle stretching, a few deep breaths, nothing fancy. And within weeks, his morning clarity came back. His focus returned. His wife said he felt more present. Not because of magic, because his brain finally had what it needed. So if you wake up groggy, foggy, or scattered, don't just blame age. Ask yourself, did I nourish my brain last night? Or did I send it to bed hungry? When we hear the word hunger, most of us think of an empty stomach. But have you ever considered that your brain can be hungry too? Not for calories, but for calm, rhythm, and safety. Here's what happens. When you go to bed without a sense of closure, no soothing light, no steady routine, no quiet signal that says, the day is done, your brain doesn't shift into healing mode. Instead, it stays on guard. It's like trying to rest in a house where the lights keep flickering and the doors creak open all night. The brain has its own language. It listens to rhythm, breath, temperature, light, and when it doesn't receive the right signals, it assumes you're still in danger. That's when it switches from repair mode to survival mode. And survival mode isn't gentle. It cuts corners. It keeps your sleep light. You might find yourself waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. wide-eyed, restless, confused. Long-term, this drains your memory, your focus, even your emotional balance. I've seen people try everything, sleeping pills, blackout curtains, even expensive gadgets, when all they really needed was a nighttime rhythm their brain could trust. So the real question is, are you feeding your nervous system the signals it needs to rest? Or are you unknowingly leaving it in fight or flight? Sometimes, the most healing medicine isn't found in a bottle, it's found in what we turn off. Slow down and soften before bed. Let's talk about something small, but powerful: what you eat before bed. Now, if you're over 60, this matters more than you might think. As we age, the brain becomes more delicate. It burns energy differently. It enters a catabolic state faster, meaning it starts breaking down tissue, including brain tissue, just to stay fueled. And yet, so many people stop eating after 6 p.m. They follow popular diet rules meant for weight loss, not realizing they're going to bed with a brain that's hungry for support. So what should you eat? The answer isn't a full meal. But it's not nothing, either. In Japan, many older adults turn to something warm, clean, and light. Think: a small bowl of miso soup with soft tofu, a soft-boiled egg with steamed greens, or a bit of white fish gently cooked with ginger. These foods are gentle on digestion, rich in calming nutrients, and send a signal to your brain: you're safe. Rest can begin. But there's a flip side. Avoid cold, sugary, or processed foods. Ice cream, cereal, protein bars. They confuse the body's nighttime rhythm and keep the nervous system on high alert. You don't need a fancy diet. You need timing, warmth, and simplicity. Your brain isn't asking for a feast. Just a quiet offering. A gentle reminder that the day is over. And it's time to restore. Here's something I wish more people understood. At night, your brain isn't just looking for nutrients. It's listening for a signal. When you sit down with something warm and nourishing, like a simple bowl of miso broth with tofu, you're not just feeding your stomach. You're telling your brain, the day is done. You're safe now. It's time to rest. This idea isn't just poetic. In Japan, it's rooted in an ancient principle called shin ikanyo, mind and body as one. It means your physical actions can speak directly to your inner world. And that's exactly what a small nighttime ritual does. It speaks. A warm sip, soft light, gentle movement. These are not just habits. They're cues. They say to your nervous system, no more stress. No more problem solving. It's time to slow down, soften, and repair. And when you don't give that signal, the brain stays on guard. Even if you're asleep, it's scanning, waiting, protecting. That's why you might wake at 3 a.m., restless or anxious, and not even know why. So tonight, don't just eat something for your body. Offer your brain a message. Make it warm, make it calm, make it meaningful. Because the brain doesn't respond to commands, it responds to rhythm. Let me ask you something simple. What does your bedroom feel like 30 minutes before you sleep? Is it quiet, dim, and calm, or are you still scrolling under bright lights, with the TV humming in the background? Here's the truth. Your brain doesn't have an on-off switch. It needs a transition, a soft landing, and that transition is shaped by your environment. Start small. Dim the lights. Step away from screens at least 30 minutes before bed. Open a window. Let the room breathe. Your brain pays attention to these subtle cues. Bright blue light tells it, stay alert. But candlelight? A cool breeze? That says, you're safe now. The day is over. Then, bring in rhythm. Try hard breathing, a slow, deep breath into the belly, and a longer breath out. Do that for 5 minutes. You'll literally feel your nervous system start to slow. Want to go deeper? Sip something warm. Chamomile tea. A bit of golden milk with turmeric and almond milk. Or warm barley water. These aren't just comforting. They nudge your body into parasympathetic mode, the rest and repair state your brain craves. The goal isn't perfection, it's pattern. Something your body can trust. Night after night. So tonight, instead of just falling asleep, create a space that invites sleep to find you. Because real rest doesn't begin in your bed, It begins with the signals you send before you ever lie down. Let me share a truth that most people overlook. Stillness begins with movement. Before you reach for that calming tea or slip under the covers, take just 5 minutes and move your body gently. I'm not talking about a workout. No sweating, no stretching until it hurts. I'm talking about intentional, slow movement that tells your body, we're done for the day. Start with a few neck rolls. Then slowly roll your shoulders forward and back. Let your arms hang loose. Gently fold forward, let your head drop, and just breathe. Finally, sit down, close your eyes, inhale deep into your belly, and exhale even slower. That's it. 5 minutes. You see, this kind of movement isn't about fitness. It's about flow. It increases blood circulation, releases built-up tension, and sends a signal to your nervous system, you're safe to shift into repair mode now. Think of it like dimming the lights at the end of a concert, the cue that the performance is over and the cleanup can begin. Without this pause, your brain might carry the day's tension into the night. But with it, you create space for rest, for clarity, and for healing. So before you eat, before you lie down, move just a little. Let your body unwind, and give your brain permission to finally let go. Here's a question that might surprise you. What if the most powerful thing you could do for your brain tonight was simply to say thank you? Every evening, before you close your eyes, take 1 minute to write down 3 small things you're grateful for. That's it. Not a journal entry, not a poem, just a list. It could be a warm pair of socks, a smile from a stranger, the way your tea felt in your hands. This tiny ritual does more than feel nice. It changes your brain. A study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that people who practiced this simple act of gratitude slept deeper and longer. Another study from UC Davis linked it to lower blood pressure, stronger immunity, and improved memory. Why? Because gratitude shifts the brain from threat mode to rest mode. It activates regions linked to emotional regulation and calm. It literally softens the brain's grip on stress. I've tried this myself. On hard days, when the world feels loud or heavy, writing just 3 good things reminds me, not everything is broken. Some things are still whole, still working, still worth noticing. So tonight, after you've stretched, breathed, and nourished your body, give your mind something to hold on to. Because gratitude isn't just polite, it's neurological medicine. Let's end with a truth that's both powerful and hopeful. Memory doesn't fade because of age. It fades because we stop tending to it. You see, your brain isn't a machine that breaks down over time. It's a living system, one that thrives on rhythm, rest, nourishment, and care. And when you give it what it needs, gentle movement, steady breath, calming food, soft light, a little gratitude, it remembers how to stay sharp. Even at 70, even at 90. I've seen it, I've lived it, and science backs it up. Your brain doesn't give up on you, but it does respond to how you treat it. So tonight, instead of rushing into sleep like it's the last item on a to-do list, ask yourself, how do I want to end this day? Because the way you end your day is the way your brain begins its healing. So dim the lights, take 5 deep breaths, move gently, sip something warm, say thank you for 3 small things. That's not a routine, that's a message. And your brain is always listening. Give it peace, and it will give you memory. Give it rhythm, and it will give you clarity. This is not just how we age well. This is how we stay fully alive. Before you go, I've got a special health gift I'd love to share with you. On this channel, I share simple, effective health tips, all based on real scientific research and practical, everyday experience. And if you'd like to receive a free gift, it's super easy. Hit the subscribe button, comment below, claim my gift. I'll send it straight to you. Don't miss out, because your journey to better health starts with small choices just like this one.